Everyone says we're very competitive, so where do good ideas actually come from? In fact, a good product isn't a one-hit wonder. It's actually a game of probability. Out of 1,000 products, only 3 might survive after development.
A large number of new products are introduced and many are eventually eliminated, but those that endure can become major products. Of course, even major products aren't a one-time success.
Yes, we invest 70% of our efforts into refreshing past best-selling products.
In recent years, the entire team often goes to Japan. We don't just go by ourselves. We might also go with our partners. This time, after Xingyu and I went again, we actually gained quite a lot.
Last year, we focused more on observing phenomena and also looked at the products displayed on the shelves. I think this time, a very important topic for me is how these products are produced and how they are placed on the shelves. Everyone says the domestic market is very competitive, but you will find that even in Japan, after going through such a cycle, there are still a lot of products on the shelves. Then, I think the most important thing I learned this time in product development is understanding what expectations people have for product development. Is it more like a literary question or a mathematical one?
So, as mentioned earlier, the first thing we want to share is the secret to creating a good product that we learned this time.
I think when it comes to product development in China, people initially treat it as a metaphysical proposition, wondering where a good idea actually comes from. Why is it possible to continuously have so many good ideas? In fact, a good product is not a one-hit wonder. It's actually a game of probability.
Game of probability?
Yes, and this applies whether it's sales or Suntory. First of all, the quantity needs to be large. I was very impressed by a viewpoint shared by President Chang of Suntory, which he called countless failures and a few successes. He said that among the products in convenience stores, out of 1,000 products they develop, only 3 can survive. I think this ratio of 3 out of 1,000 was quite shocking to me at the time. But actually, first of all, everyone needs to understand that small steps of trying, small steps of iterating, and small steps of failing are necessary before achieving success. This is an expectation based on probability.
Or today, a good product should actually be the one that remains, the one that is tested out, having gone through countless selections. It doesn't necessarily mean that big companies have many advantages or a higher success rate. So we often think, oh, this product is something I want to create a super single product, a big hit. I want to make a long-lasting product, but it's actually all an iterative process. So it's about launching a large number of new products and then eliminating many. But if something can still settle down in the process, it can become a major product. Speaking of these major products, we also visited Calbee last year. Right, do you remember what major products Calbee has? How did they shape them?
Because when it comes to major products, I actually remember a very impressive image from Calbee at the time. They are also constantly launching new products, and the continuation of the entire company's life cycle actually relies on the emergence of major products time and again, which has propelled them to their current situation. But this doesn't mean I only focus on major products, because their frequency of launching new products every year is actually very high.
Yes.
They actually have a very close collaboration with Japanese convenience stores, and since these stores are very competitive, they require them to always provide new products. These products are actually to ensure an objective atmosphere for major products to emerge later.
I feel the same way as you do. When we mention brands like Suntory, for example, their oolong tea, or Calbee's Jagariko, these are successful products that these companies might produce once every few years. And once they come out, their life cycle is very long, to the point where we take them for granted. Of course, a major product isn't just a one-time success. We've learned that once a major product secures its place on the shelves and in the consumer's mind, they continue to be
Iterated.
They continue to do research, iteration, and updates on the product, including advertising, right? Promotion and marketing are necessary to turn a major product from a hit into an evergreen product.
I remember that Mr. Jai Tong from Suntory mentioned an example. He said that everyone is actually balancing between old and new products, deciding how much effort to invest. About 30% of the effort is put into the iteration of new product development, while the remaining 70% of resources and effort are invested in traditional hit products. Whether it's the content, packaging, marketing, or promotion, every step is done with new promotion under the context of the new era. This is how they can gradually extend the life cycle of their best-selling products.